Starting off another motor vlog. I swear, if you'd watched my last motor vlog, there was a dude in an old Bronco sitting up there on the hill. When I went up that way, sat up there for a minute and came back. The dude was gone. He was sitting over here doing something. Oh, it's just, I seen this car creeping, and I forgot that I only turned the camera on real quick to start my second motor vlog. I also wanted to have my camera on safety just in case. I forgot that these people come out here to walk their dog. That's cool as hell. I've seen them come out here a couple times. They just kind of drive up the road and let their dog wander around. It's just when they were sitting down there, I could tell it was a Chevy, but I didn't know that it was a, because they were sitting way down there and they were kind of blocked by that bush right down there. It looked like a Suburban with tinted windows, so it kind of looked a little odd. I'm hoping my camera feels good. If you watch my last motor vlog, you can see I'm starting off from the last spot. Seems like when I added some more rocks around my whole plant. It's not even my plant. I didn't even plant that son of a bitch. It's just a wild plant growing out here that they're parking here. I'm like, what the hell? Why not? You know? Okay, so after getting a real good ride in on this front tire today, it's a good tire. And no, I'm not. I already mentioned it in my last moto vlog. It's a Shinko 216 MX. It's a good tire. The grip's good in the corners. It gets a little bit squirrely in the corners. It doesn't have that. Maybe it's just because it's. I do have to scrub it in. That's why over there on that road I was kind of doing the same thing that you street bike riders do when you get new tires, kind of scrubbing in the front tire. The back tire doesn't matter about scrubbing it in with dirt, because it's gonna, you know, common sense, it's a drive tire and it's gonna get scrubbed in by itself once you start riding. But these front tires on these dirt bikes, some of them you have to kind of, you gotta break them in a little bit, kind of, just because these corners are so sharp and they are trying to bite, but then all this shit's so loose that it just kind of wants to slide a little bit. And it's not too bad, but you gotta scrub it in. So just, if anybody does buy the Shinko Enduro All Around 216 MX for the front of your bike, just no, it's not really, I don't know if it's just because it's brand new, but it's not, it doesn't like sand. That's why a lot of these corners in the sand I'm digging in, I'm like, you know, and then just gotta kind of scrub it in a little bit. But other than that, no, I'm not getting sponsored. I'm not sponsored. I'm not getting paid to talk about the Shinko tires. I just happen to like them now a lot better than all the other tires I've had on my dirt bikes. I mean, I've been riding for almost 20 years. I've had Maxxis, I've had Dunlop, I've had other brands of tires, and you know, they've all done their job, but they just are now wearing out too fast. You know, and I'm not knocking any brand of tires at all, period. I'm not knocking anybody, I'm not defaming anybody, I'm just saying, it's like on my truck. Okay, I'm not running Goodyears anymore. I've owned this truck for 6 years, and this is the fourth set of tires I've had on this truck, and I've only put, what, 48, like almost 50,000 miles on this truck in 6 years. Like, yeah, 47,000 miles, because I only do about 7,000 miles a year, you know, 7,500 miles a year. The first set of tires out were on the truck when I bought it were Goodyears, and they had about half tread life on them, and went about 3,000 miles, and they just wore out. And I was just driving around town, and then the next set I bought at the dealership, I had those on there for about a year and a half. You know, did about 13,000 miles on them. They were basically bald. Then the last set of tires I had on there, they were rated for 65,000 miles, and they were 31-inch all-terrains, and I probably put about 20,000 miles on it, so that'd be, you know, 35,000 miles between 3 sets of tires. And now I got, you know, about 13,000 miles on these tires and their courses, and as you can see, they still have, you know, a lot of good tread left on them, you know. And I don't go off-roading. Like, I mean, this is as far as I go. Like, you know, the road's right there, maybe between quarter and half mile, and I don't haul ass up this dirt road in my truck. I just drive up, pull in right here, turn around and park right here, and then take off. And I don't hit the freeway really all that often. You know, I probably, out of the 7,500 miles a year I drive in my truck, say about maybe 1,000 miles of that is freeway use, you know. So, and it's sad because it's like, courses aren't even, I I don't know if they're where they're made at, but you know, I know Goodyear is what, an American company, and I would like to keep using them, buying their tires and shit, but they're just so overpriced, and I can't even get 15,000. I only get 15,000 miles out of them. And it's like, why am I gonna spend almost about $800 to get 15,000 miles when I can spend $450 with everything, free mounting, balancing, new valve stems, and you know, a lifetime warranty, and I'm already at 13,000 miles, and I have more tread on these than I did at 10,000 miles on any of my other tires. Why am I talking about fucking tires? I'm a dirt biker, motor vlogger. Yeah, anyways. What brand, like, of tires do you guys and girls like? I mean, I don't know how many of y'all really care about tires. I think a lot of y'all just care about what's functional at a good price, right? I mean, that's what I'm looking for, is functionality with good price. That's why I'm with the Shinkos on this bike. The rear tire cost me $70, and it's got more tread on it at almost 20 hours than my Maxxis or Dunlop Geomax MX3 did at 10 hours. And granted, that's a track tire. We're only gonna ride it maybe 3 or 4 times and then get another one, but it's like, you would think that some of these tires would be built a little bit, you know, better carcass of a tire, because you know, even if you are riding track, you're gonna be hitting a lot of ruts, you're gonna be catching edges with those tires, and there's gonna be a lot of hard spots on that track. There's gonna be a lot of soft spots in that track, you know, and those tires have to be able to withstand doing all of that and be able to last a little bit longer, you know. And I will be doing a video here soon. Yes, I know, if you can see this, my spoke wraps are not completely straight and flush and everything. I don't care. It's the first time putting them on any of my bikes, and to tell you the truth, it's not that hard. And I mean, but I'll go into somewhat of a detailed video about it, how the way it was easy for me to put these on. I know everyone who puts these on has their own technique on how to do it, but I'll say this now, and I'm gonna say it again whenever I make the video, but when you buy spoke wraps, a lot of the time they're gonna come in packs of 72, just because you got 36 spokes on the rear wheel, 36 spokes on the front wheel. Now, I bought these on Amazon for like 10 bucks a pack, and they were a pack of 75. So there were 72 in one pack with 3 extra outside of the pack, and the 3 are just extras because some of these will fly off at some point, or they might, you know, out here in the desert, they'll end up getting dry and brittle and falling apart, and you don't want to replace them. And don't worry, I'm gonna go over everything in the video. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. If you're not interested, it doesn't matter. Your first 1 or 2 aren't going to be perfect. You might accidentally cut them a little shorter, and they say they fit in tires that are, or rims that are anywhere from 8 to 21 inches in diameter. I would suggest not doing anything bigger than 21 inch. Maybe, like, I seriously doubt anything's bigger than this, but when you get these, 39 inches in length before you cut them. So if you have an 18, I don't know how big the hub is and all that shit, but as long as your spokes are no longer than 9-inch, then you're good. And if you have like 3-inch spokes, who cares? You can just get 3 of these out of 3 wraps out of 1 spoke wrap if they're 3-inch, you know what I'm saying? So if you have like a little 12-inch bicycle or something, you know, do it and put them on there, come down the sides, and you'll have a bunch of extra stuff left over. So, but yeah, I'll make a full detailed because I want to get everything kind of set up. And actually, you know what, yeah, I'm making a separate video out of it. But if you want to learn about it, you can watch my video. And another thing I'm going to show you real quick is I did mess up. I put some of these in with the opening facing outward. It's no big deal, but you're going to want to have them to where the opening, the slit is facing towards the center of the wheel. So if I'm working on this side, you want them facing the other side. If I'm working on that side, you want it facing this way. So, but like I said, I'll go over everything. I'm still waiting on them to do something, tell me something. And Thor has liked a couple of my posts, so at least they're acknowledging me, acknowledged that I was a person and I was calling them out. So, and then KTM, come on, bro. Rockstar Energy Drink and KTM, Thor, let's work something out. Bye, Felicia.